In a land where the stars blinked gentle and slow, there lived a maiden of unmatched beauty, ever bright with a heart all aglow. Her kindness spread far, like the dawn's first soft light, which flowed like rivers to all she met, as she would go out to the streets daily to give out sweets and fruits to the kids and the old women. But one day, on her way to the castle market, she met a young handsome man who was caught up with her beauty, who offered to assist her in carrying her basket of groceries. After that day, he invited her to the finest and perfect restaurant in Magnolia Castle for a date. After they both enjoyed the beautiful evening, he had his way with her to his cozy bedroom. Few weeks later, she got pregnant, and she visited him to explain the situation, but unfortunately he rejected her, shouted at her, and refused to take responsibility. The beautiful lady, now lonely, heartbroken, and her soul left to weep. Dreams she had woven, like clouds in the sky, fell softly apart, leaving echoes to sigh. She then visited her mom and explained everything to her, but the mom encouraged her and also helped her through her pregnancy period. Few months later she gave birth, and her mom was so happy she finally scaled through. Her baby grew up into a cute little boy. Meanwhile, on his 4th-year birthday, she took him to the Wish River bank to make a wish. On their way back, they bumped into a handsome prince with a captivating smile, a man of great wealth, yet richer in grace, but he stared at her and didn't say a word. Instead, he bent down and said hello to the cute little boy, who was lovely and charming. Days passed, and of course the maiden, who was kind-hearted, never missed a day to share fruits and sweets to the kids and old women on the street of Magnolia. On her way back, heading to the market, she met the charming prince again. This time he was so close and clear with his approach. "Good day, my lady," he greeted in his warm voice. "It seems fate has brought us together again." The next day, he came looking for her and asked her for a date. She looked at him and hesitated, but the prince was patient, though the sincerity in his tone caught her off guard, and she found herself smiling despite the ache in her heart. Soon she was the talk of the town, respected but also wanted by other men. She was surprised, but unknown to her, that the stranger was a prince. The year was coming to an end, and so the ball dance was important in the castle of Magnolia. She had no choice but to attend alone, feeling outcasted. Nevertheless, she was about to be more happy than ever before. Suddenly she felt a touch in her hands. It was the prince. "Can I have a dance with you, my lady?" After the ball dance that night, she decided to prepare for the final ball. She changed her hair color and had a nice hairdo and looked more elegant. The prince asked her for a dance, but suddenly, he stopped and said to her, "I have waited for this day from the first day I saw you. Would you be willing to spend the rest of your life with me?" Of course, she said yes that day, and the prince decided to take her to visit his mum, a beautiful queen who was old and wished for a good lady for her son. She said, "My son told me he found his heart throb. Are you ready to become the next queen?" "Of course, my lady," the maiden replied. Later that day, they all decided to have a family dinner, so as to pick a date for the wedding. Both parents were happy and joy filled the atmosphere. Finally, the wedding day was here. She was still surprised despite the fact that it was her wedding day. "You deserve more than the sorrow you carry," the prince said to her as they danced, his voice barely above the music. "And if you let me, I'd like to prove it." The wedding was over, and the prince promised to love both her and her cute little son. Little by little, her laughter returned. The maiden who was once heartbroken was now the next appointed queen of Magnolia. Always remember that time might not heal, but with time, it gets even more better. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.